Hi, I'm Mahavya,
And this is Yehuda.
and welcome to our podcast. Today we are talking about why it is important to vote in local elections. Yehuda, why is it important to vote in local elections?
Because otherwise, if you don't vote, then other people might not vote until the point where it gets to only one person actually votes. And that's a very mean person's best friend, voting for that person. And then he makes everyone a slave, takes over the world, and then the end. Bye.
Well, that sounds terrible. So let's avoid that.
Are you reading it on the appropriate book?
No, honey. So, another reason to vote in local elections is because it's important to know what's going on in your own community. And if you have the responsibility of voting, you also have to learn what's going on, how you can help, and where your vote and your voice is going to make the most difference. What might be another reason that's a good idea to vote in local elections, honey?
Well, that one was pretty important, the last one I just said. But also because it could have, so let's say you don't vote in the local election. It's like, oh, well, if I'm not going to vote in the local election, what makes the presidential election any more important than the local election? So I'm just not going to vote in either. And the presidential election is actually, big brain, much more important than the local election. So
Well,
big brain
people
thoughts.
say that because your vote won't make a difference statistically, you shouldn't vote in the presidential election at all.
Well, those people are not big brains.
Well, I disagree with them too. I think it's really important to vote, not because your vote will make a statistical difference, but because you need to engage in democracy. You need to understand what's going on, and you have a responsibility to learn about it and do your best to make good choices for your country, for your community, and for the future. If you just say, well, who knows, it's not up to me, my vote won't matter, you don't engage, you let yourself off the hook, and you become less of a citizen, less participatory. So if you have the
Less
precious
big brain as well.
So many people fought and died for the right to vote for all sorts of folks, and not everyone even has the right to vote still. But if you are lucky enough to have the right to vote, please understand how precious and important that right is and make the most of it. This Tuesday, November 2nd, is Election Day, and I encourage everybody to get out to the polls, make your voice heard, learn about the candidates and the measures that are on the ballot, because what's happening in your own community, that is the place where you have the biggest opportunity to make your voice heard. Your vote is the most proportionally significant. And again, it's really going to affect the day-to-day life, maybe of you and your family, or maybe of your friends and neighbors or other folks living in your community who you also have a responsibility to. Anything you want to say?
Some people say that it's statistically unlikely. Well, I've heard some people say that men are made of mud. I don't like either of those.
Okay. Happy Election Day.